Hi guys, welcome again to the EDX Amateur Championship. This is the second game of the third place match between Infamous and Team Naust. Team Naust is on the blue side and Infamous on the red or purple side for some of you. I'm your caster, Prodigal Sun, co-casted by Vikash. Let's move straight on to the bans. Morgana and Gangplank and Brom, the same bans for Team Naust. Zinzao, Lee Sin, and Nocturne. Lee Sin is the only difference in the bans as far as Team Infamous is concerned. I'm not quite sure why they've banned out Lee Sin, considering they had a lot of well, good plays using the Lee Sin. Well, Ripcord plays the Lee Sin, but Ripcord has picked up the Zac instead. Badapoche has picked up the Blitzcrank. I'm not quite sure what the idea behind that was because I remember Vikash, you were saying that the Blitzcrank is a mid-game champion and you weren't completely convinced about this pickup, but what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's really surprising that it comes in as the first pick. Maybe they have a specific team comp that they're gonna build around the Blitzcrank. Maybe they wanna build a pick comp where Blitzcrank excels at just gain vision, hook him in, kill him, and then get objectives off of that. I'm not really sure though. Let's see what their other picks are gonna be.
Alright, Deathly Dragon locks in the Annie pick. So I'm guessing Annie's gonna be the mid lane right now, and Chloe. I couldn't say this is his. I could say this is a signature champion, but I remember. Well, actually, he's going for the Misfortune. This is actually his signature champion. This is definitely one of his best champions, and we'll see some great things from him. So Misfortune and the Blitzcrank bot lane. So how does this work out? And Morpheus is going to pick up he's hovering over the Lucian. Cluster might be looking to go on the Renekton instead of as you said, the try-hard pick of Lulu. Well, even though he had a lot of success with the Lulu last game. But he does lock in the Renekton. So let's see how that goes. And Morpheus does lock in the Lucian. Crimson Aurelia going with he might be looking to go with the Aurelia again. He didn't fare too well, although it is a signature champion. But let's see what he picks up. Meanwhile, Sky has got the Alistair. So what do you think about this Alistair versus Blitz pickup?
Well, Alistair, he's gonna be like really annoying to play against as Blitz. If you land a grab, he's gonna engage on you. It's gonna turn into a fight and not a pick. So
Yeah.
I think Alistair has the edge in this matchup.
But I think the Alistair pickup was definitely good.
Yeah. I'm doubting this, but I assume we might be able to see Deadly Dragon in the mid lane because he used to be a mid laner as far as I know. But that was way long back.
Oh, Gautam Iverson hovering over the Wukong. I remember seeing, Gautam Iverson actually mains jungle. He's not actually a mid laner, but he's just hovering over the Wukong and he locks in a Sejuani. This is that 5-man. If he can land a 5-man Glacial Prison along with Chloe's ult and Deathly Dragon's ult, I think this is just going to be a wipeout. But Womanizer is looking to go with the Ezreal. It's not his usual assassin champion. He's not going for the something like Victor or LeBlanc or Fizz. This is a troll Teemo pickup. If he locks, so glad. If he locks in Teemo, I'll be so glad. This will be the funniest thing ever. But I think, will he do this? It'll be a big BM, but no, he locks in the Quinn. Quinn is a really good champion. I think a mid lane Quinn would do really well. Badapoche, I don't know what this is about. Is Badapoche supporting with Annie and Deathly Dragon picking up the Blitzcrank? Well, I think Deathly Dragon's actually going to support. I think Deathly Dragon's going to support and Vadapoche is going mid lane. Meanwhile, Chloe as the ADC, Gautam Iverson as the jungle. So there have been 3 switch ups. I think that's what's happening over here. 3 switch ups as far as Team Naust is concerned. But let's see what happens because I'm still quite opinionated about the exhaust pickup.
I really hope it's an Annie support and a Blitzcrank mid because a man can dream, right?
Nah, that'll be pretty funny, but I think Annie has the exhaust because I mean you're facing an ADC essentially. You're facing Quinn, so I think the exhaust was picked up for that. That's the reason that looks like Annie's playing support, but I don't think Annie is support. So Annie's mid lane. I'm pretty sure about it. As far as this matchup is concerned, who do you think has the better team?
Well, as far as team comps go, I would rather go with Infamous because they have a clear decision on what they want to do. They want a team fight. That's all. You have Quinn to get your lanes ahead. You could roam all day, and you could team fight with Alistair and Zac. Is that supposed to be that hard? No. You just have the perfect comp to do that. The only concern would be they have too much magic damage. I mean physical damage. Let's see what happens. But
Yeah,
on Team North side, I don't know what they're up to because it's really a mix. Like you have Blitzcrank and Sejuani. You want to make big, or
I
do you
don't
want to
know what
fight?
that's
No.
about. I think the one thing is with this Blitzcrank pickup, I think it's I mean I'm all for Blitzcrank, but you have to consider the fact that Infamous does have three different tanks: the Alistair, the Zac, and the Renekton. If you pull in any of those three, you're in trouble. You're
Yeah,
definitely in
you're
trouble.
just gonna help them. You're just
Yeah, you're
gonna
definitely
help
going to help them. You don't want any of them there. So you're counting on grabbing a Lucian who has his dash, or you're counting on grabbing Quinn who just has insane movement speed. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the idea is over here, but I'm all for the Blitzcrank. If it does work out, that's great. But I'm looking to see how it goes for them. As far as mid lane is concerned, I actually think Vadapoche, if he plays his cards right, he can take down Womanizer early on. I think that's possible because he's actually switched to the Ignite. So I think he's planning on going aggressive, getting those early kills. And we know that Annie can pack a punch. Like she will just land out burst damage like crazy. As soon as he hits 6, I'm sure he's going straight in for Womanizer. If he can land even one stun, I think that's game over for Quinn. But I think as Ripcord did last game with his pressure onto Gautam Iverson when he was playing mid as Lux, I think he's going to do the same thing with Vadapoche. I think he's going to camp that mid lane, just get Quinn ahead, because I'm sure Team Infamous knows that if Annie does ramp up, it's going to mean trouble for them. So they don't want that. I'm pretty sure Team Infamous is looking to close this out 2-0. But this is a make or break for Team Naust, so they're going to do their best. They're definitely I'm not sure what their game plan is, but I'm sure they do have a game plan. I'm sure they've learned from their previous mistake, from their previous game, and they will try to turn their game around. But let's see, turn the series around. But let's see how that goes. What do you think about all these lane switches? Like considering Vadapoche is going mid now, Deathly is going
I don't know.
Gautam is going jungle.
Maybe they have a plan. Maybe Detria and Vadapoche are like super strong on these particular champions, Annie and Blitzcrank, or they just want to have fun. I'm not really sure about this.
Yeah. So well, I don't think they've completely given up. I think when you go to the extent of saying they just want to have fun, I think that's the point where they've like just said, okay, we might win, we might not win. But I think at this point, Team Naust still wants to win. So I don't think they're going to take the risk of just saying, okay, let's just have fun. They're looking to win at least third place. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Like the easiest way to have fun would be winning, cause
yeah,
you're not gonna be upset if you
I
win.
definitely agree
So,
with that. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, definitely agree with that. So yeah, I think I agree with the fact that you said this Vadapoche's best champion is probably Annie, and Deathly's is probably Blitzcrank. This is more of a, instead of a lane-oriented swap, it's probably a champion-oriented swap. They're just all playing their best champions instead of really creating a team that is designed to stay as a team. I think they've just picked like as if they would like in solo queue, and they're just hoping to do the best that they can do. But let's see if this solo queue style of pick and ban phase does work out for them. Yeah, so let's go to this top lane. Last time we saw Cluster from Infamous just absolutely face roll Crimson Irelia. So what do you think about this game?
So this time I assume it's gonna be more focused around like the Gnar or keeping his distance. Like if Renekton gets to you, he's gonna destroy you. But if not, you could kite him around. I don't know. Like top lane is not. It's not really predictable. These two guys, like they have some vivid playstyles. They're gonna make the lane work if it's not gonna work. So let's see.
Well, let's see how that goes. Yeah, as I said, I think the Gnar will try to get those stacks on Renekton, try to get that true damage in, but don't know what his plan is right now. But he might still be afraid of a gank coming in because he didn't have a really good game last game. The only person that really had a good game last game from Team Naust was Chloe. and I'm hoping to see something there. All the members of Team Infamous move straight to the red of the opposing team, but they actually decide to back off and they go back to their own jungle. Team with the Blitzcrank, I think Team Naust is actually looking to invade, but there are pings onto the bush where Team Naust is waiting. I think they know, and Lucian does get caught up. Morpheus takes a lot of damage, manages to flash out, does get ignited, but he will escape. That was a beautiful, well, that was a that was the first hook, and it was a successful hook. So we clearly can see that Deathly Dragon knows what he's doing. Or I think Morpheus might have just not calculated that. But I think Morpheus knew that they were there because they did ping that out. They did ping that bush, but they still got caught. Either that was a sloppy mistake from him, or it's just a factor to consider about how Deathly Dragon can land these hooks. So let's see how this goes. I think you're definitely right about this being one of his good champions.
Yeah, and also that was one of Blitzcrank's strengths. Get your deny vision, get him and kill him. Do this 3 or 4 times in the early game and you have the game. I mean, the
Vadapocha actually takes a little bit of damage, and Womanizer is going completely hard onto Vadapocha. Vadapocha deals just as much damage back onto Womanizer, but I actually think that it was good. Womanizer knew that he had to get some early damage onto Vadapocha when Vadapocha only has one ability on him. Whereas with the basic attack, you can do a lot of damage onto a champion like Annie early on. But once Annie gets to that level 3 or even level 2, she will start dealing out more damage, and she can go back, wait for the wait for abilities go on cooldown, and then should be all good. But yeah, right now the mid lane is where the action's at because they're both just poking each other out, and Vadapocha gets Womanizer pushes the minions to the tower of Vadapocha, but I don't know what Vadapocha's plan right now. Already farming under tower is not looking good. The bottom lane minions are also pushed again into the tower of Team Naust. This is a repetition of what happened last game, but hopefully the ending isn't the same. I want to see more of a game this time rather than just the face roll that happened last game. Morpheus nearly gets caught up, but manages to dash away. So you were saying, Vikash?
Well, yeah, I do want to see, like, I want this to go to game 3. I don't want to stop at game 2. I don't want to 2-0, so I really hope that Team Naust takes this, because it's going to be interesting that way.
That's definitely right. There is a gank up on top lane. Zach is looking for it. Sky gets pulled in and manages to headbutt Chloe away. I think that was a smart move instead of headbutting the Blitz away. That was definitely a smart move. Instant headbutt onto Chloe and then just walks away. I think all 4 of these players at the bottom lane know exactly what they're doing. Ripcord is looking to jump onto Vadapocha. Vadapocha does get knocked up, and Vadapocha flashes in aggressively, nearly takes down Womanizer, but Womanizer does take down. The Zac does take down Vadapocha instantly. Infamous Cluster taking a lot of damage, and he might go down to Crimson Arrows now. Deathly Dragon flashes in, doesn't manage to get the knockup off, but he does get the knockup off onto Sky now, and Sky gets pulled back in. Sky will go down to Chloe. Ripcord jumps in aggressively, but manages to walk away. Gautam Iverson just following him out, but manages to get back instantly. That was a kill in 2 lanes instantly, but one thing that I've noticed about Team Infamous, when they make a play on one side of the map, they instantly make a play on the other side, like pretty much instantly. So I think that's definitely a good play from them. They know that when something happens at the bottom lane, teams are communicating, and at that point, if they can make another play on the top lane when they don't expect it, they can definitely win out. And I think that's their plan right now, and it worked for them last game, but I think Team Naust has caught up on this game plan, and they're definitely doing better this game. They're just going even with Team Infamous, and Morpheus does take a lot of damage. Cluster goes aggressive onto Crimson Aurelia, manages to take down Crimson Aurelia to 3 points of health, but Crimson Aurelia will manage to just TP back to base and, well, be back to base, and that's that. And as far as mid lane is concerned, Vadapocha is taking a lot of damage from Womanizer. Vadapocha down below half health. I don't know about the Annie pickup. I think he was doing well, but that gank from Ripcord definitely sort of twisted the lane around. What do you think?
It's gonna be like the previous game all over again, because Quinn, similar like Fizz, she's gonna take over the game if she gets ahead. A lot of roaming potential. You don't want to go aggressive, especially as Annie, when you don't have much mobility out of your flash. Like if you don't have your flash, you're almost immobile.
Yeah, I think as far as Vadapocha is concerned, he might be waiting to go. He might go aggressive at level 6 as soon as his ignite comes up. So he might be looking to just kill Quinn because she hasn't got any. She hasn't got any magic resist, but Vadapocha takes a lot of damage. Deathly Dragon tries to gank mid. Sky follows up and might see Vadapocha go down, but he misses his combo. Gautam Iverson backs up the team, but doesn't work out too well. But Womanizer, yet again, just like last game, he is not afraid when 2 or 3 people show up to the lane. I think that's just his game style. He's just clearly not afraid of them. Do you think? Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, go on.
No,
Like this guy has really good mechanics, but he's also confident in him. Like, if you're not confident, you're not going to be able to do this stuff.
Yeah, I agree with the whole confidence thing, but hold on. Deathly Dragon might be looking to get a hook. He gets a hook onto Sky. Sky does not have his flash up, and he takes a little bit of damage, but not enough for him to die. Crimson Array gets engaged upon by both Cluster and Ripcord, but manages to get away alive. He doesn't have a flash, so he does blow his flash. He's got to play a lot more safer now, considering I think Ripcord is going to make a second successive gank. Ripcord is roaming around the top lane. He's waiting to jump in. Cluster will engage on to Crimson Aurelia. I think Crimson Aurelia is DC'd. So he disconnected. And I think we might see a pause soon. Game will be paused. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Not enough communication on the part of Team Naust. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Infamous does
been
apologize.
Pause,
Yeah, Infamous does
unfortunate.
apologize. Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's I don't think it's a mistake of either of the teams, so that's all right. So these item pickups. So the pickaxe was picked up by Renekton, so he's already ahead of Nar. I don't think it's definitely not a good story when you have to buy 2 Doran's blades, but I'm gonna let you tell us more about these item pickups, Vikash.
Well, 2 Doran's blades, they're not gonna hurt you immediately because it's a lot of power, but it's gonna hurt you in the long run because you would rather have your core items completed faster rather than buy for lane power. I think it's not the end of the world for Crimson Irelia. He could come back up because he's a range champion against him. You just get a lot of health. You stop building your damage items now. You're gonna lose if you try to raise in damage. Get some armor, get some health. You could then outtrade him.
I think one of the main issues, as you said, it won't hurt you early on, but the problem is Crimson Aurelia is he's dead now, but unfortunately it was because of the DC. But even beyond that, even if it wasn't for the DC, he's still losing out on farm. He's lost his flash and he's being continuously ganked by Ripcord. So I'd say that even early on, it's not worth the lane power because he's not actually winning the lane. There's no point in this lane power. He'd rather just try to build his core items, as you said, rather than trying to get this lane power with the 2 Doran's blades. What do you think?
Yes, maybe, but then again, it all comes down to the playstyle. Maybe he is confident that he could bring this back on. It might be a hindsight 2020. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well, let's see what happens. He's reconnected, and the game will be resumed. He's not happy about the fact that he died, but as he said, it's nobody's mistake. That's perfectly alright. So, as far as bot lane's concerned, Chloe and Deathly Dragon are definitely doing well. They've pushed the minions under tower. Cluster nearly goes down to the tower. He goes right under tower. He nearly goes down. So I think this Blitz is just trying to get those hooks in, and he will be trying to get that Lucian, but it's not going to be easy. But the Blitz pickup is definitely working for them. I think it's already got them 1 kill. Vadapocha taking a lot of damage. Womanizer goes completely onto him, and I think Vadapocha will go down. Vadapocha does go down to Womanizer. I still think that it was that early gank from Ripcord that really helped out Womanizer. And I think... Yeah, you're saying?
He has around 1,000 gold lead now.
Okay, Sky gets engaged
on
onto Deathly Dragon gets pushed under the tower while there's a TP from Renekton to the bot lane. But this teamwork coming in from Infamous, Womanizer just moves to the bot lane and Ripcord is just waiting. You could just see Ripcord did not move from that side of the jungle wall. He just waited there because he knew Vadapocha was going to flash over. think this teamwork from Infamous is just amazing. They know exactly what they're doing, and the backup from each of the members is just beautiful. All 5 members at the bottom lane instantly as soon as they knew that they could get a kill. And they're already in the lead. They're a 2k goal lead, and they will be picking up their first dragon, unless Gautam Iverson decides to go for a steal. Let's see, he's only level 5, so he doesn't even have his ult, but he does not go for it. The first dragon does go to Team Infamous. Gautam Iverson will be seen, but he won't be engaged upon. Cluster looking to go on to Vadapoche, but Vadapoche will be engaged on by Infamous Sky, but Sky might be going down. Sky will go down to Vadapoche. Gautam Iverson gets engaged on next, and will he ult? He does ult onto Ripcord. Ripcord will go down to his ult, but his passive does pop. I don't know what the idea is. I don't think his passive manages to keep him alive. Deadly Dragon unfortunately misses that hook. If he had hit that hook, he could have got the kill, but that's unfortunate. I don't know how he managed to miss that hook, but it happens. So the TP was used by Nar to the top lane, where Quinn was covering for Cluster. But you can see the amount of teamwork coming from this. They're just so confident in these plays. I think Alistair sort of stayed for a bit too long under the tower. As soon as he just went in there, he should have been able to get up. But the sudden flash from Vadapoche put him off. But the first hour of the game does go to Team Naust, which is sort of the consolation prize, I guess. But as it happens, Chloe does do well in every single one of his games. He's the only one. Sorry, he's one of the people with a kill. One of 2 people with a kill on Team Naust, and he's probably hoping to. Well, as I said last game, he has to be the one to carry. He and Vadapoche have to do something now. But Vadapoche is getting completely zoned off, and he gets engaged on by Womanizer. All he can do is stun out Womanizer. Do you think Womanizer just snowballed out of control already?
Pretty much, because almost the entirety of the gold lead is on Womanizer. Other lanes are pretty much even, but mid lane.
Well, Crimson Aurelia just completely gets burst down by Cluster. Cluster just instantly slices and dices and goes to Crimson. I think Crimson is definitely underestimating Cluster at this point.
Also, his itemization, a phase would have made me so much happier. You don't need your Warhammer this early. Get your phase, get to your tank items, then you can complete your Black Cleaver.
You see how confident Cluster is? Cluster just goes completely under the tower onto Sejuani with no worries at all. Takes a couple of tower hits, doesn't care.
He's gonna be doing so much damage with his items. Like,
you
have your Warhammer, 2 long swords, and your Tiamat. What else do you need if you want damage? That's all.
Yeah, most players at this point only have their Tiamat, so this is definitely good itemization coming out of Cluster. He's got 4 kills. He's got the majority of the kills, although, as you were saying, the goal lead was due to... Oh, Sky engages onto Chloe. The team are coming out of Team Infamous. Ripcord jumps onto Chloe, and Chloe might be going down. Morpheus is under the tower. Sky is also under the tower. Chloe is the first to go down. Deathly Dragoon might go down next. Sky is completely under tower. I think Sky might go down to the tower, but he doesn't. Deathly Dragon looking to get a consolation prize onto Sky. No, but he doesn't get the kill. That was beautiful play from Ripcord, Morpheus, and Sky. Sky literally escaped with a sliver of health, but he calculated that really well. Sky is about going under the tower and just playing it smart, really. He doesn't want his ADC to take any of the hits, but he plays it so well. He's doing really well as support. Vadapoche is playing more aggressive at mid lane. I don't think this is too advisable. But the only lane that was doing decently on Team Naust right now is definitely falling behind. So I don't know about this. Cluster going aggressive onto Crimson. Crimson might go down, but he doesn't. But the burst coming out of Cluster is just insane at this point. Crimson will be going into his Mega Naust form, and he might engage onto Cluster. Cluster will probably be going down to Crimson Aurelia. Crimson Aurelia with a beautiful ult onto Cluster, and Cluster does go down to Crimson Aurelia. Gets his shut down. That's good gold, and Vadapoche might be going down to Womanizer. That's a solo kill onto Vadapoche. Womanizer is just completely out of control right now. He's got blade, he's got an extra dagger, and I think, if anything, they need to shut down Womanizer at this point. They've got 2 problems. Womanizer and the Renekton of Cluster. So Any thoughts on how to do this? And Sky is going
Well,
aggressive onto Gautam Iverson.
there you
Gautam Iverson will be pushed back, and don't think that was too advisable. But Ripcord, beautiful flash from Gautam Iverson to get away from Ripcord. Cluster did TP in the meantime, and they will get their the mid tower of Naust, and they're still pressuring it. Probably going to just clear out the wave and then get away. They do, and meanwhile Quinn is just farming up bot lane. But what do you think? Like, what are your opinions on how to get back into this game as far as Team Naust is concerned? Oh, hold on, just one more second. Ripcord engages onto Gautam Iverson. Sky pushes him back, and Morpheus will probably be claiming the kill. No, Ripcord decides to take the kill. Sky will be engaged on by Deathly Dragon, and Sky does not go down. He escapes with a sliver of health. He will heal up and just walk away. This is a beautiful play from Infamous. I think Team Naust is definitely having to rethink their idea, and they really need to analyze what they want to do. Infamous is just making plays instantly. They're not even letting Team Naust recoup. They're not letting them just really just regroup or any of that stuff. It's just Infamous making plays continuously.
With this much of a goal gap, it's going to be really hard. Like 6k goal lead in 14 minutes, you're not going to be able to get out of this and that unless you make some miracle moves. But some of the options might be...
Well, Crimson Aurelia does get engaged onto by Cluster. Crimson Aurelia just manages to ult in just the nick of time. He goes into Meganov form and just instantly ults the Renekton into the wall, and Gautam Iverson also had to blow his ult to save Crimson Aurelia, but you can see the amount of burst coming out of Renekton. I don't know how long it's going to be before Crimson Aurelia figures out a plan to oppose this Renekton. It's either because he's not tanky at all right now, he's going full damage build. Meanwhile, the second dragon will probably be picked up by Team Infamous. It will definitely be picked up by Team Infamous. They're pinging out the Blitzcrank, who potentially trying to steal a dragon. I don't think that's happening. Womanizer is just standing there for cover, and the Blitzcrank does miss the hook. I don't think he was hoping to get the hook because there was going to be no backup at that point. Butterpoach is just farming out the mid lane. Womanizer is just all over the map right now. With the amount of insane movement speed he's got, he's just all over the map. But yeah, what are your thoughts about this now? Because now right now is just going complete damage. Any idea on what he should be building?
Well, I think it's okay if you're gonna complete your Black Cleaver, but I would rather prefer he goes for the tank stance. And also, this might be the time when Cluster's build is gonna come back to bite him, because he's not tanky enough for the team fights. So just make sure that you could split push evenly with him and get to the team fight phase. Because
I think the idea with Team Infamous, the Rift Herald does go down to Cluster, but I think the idea with Team Infamous right now is they just want to close out the game as early as possible. So they're all just going to go with damage builds. They're far ahead enough that they can do this. They don't need to. They're not playing passively, and they're playing very smartly. They're just going all in with every single one of these fights, just making plays all over the map. They're already pushing up the top lane. Womanizer is quite far away, but he will be making his way to the bot lane. See the confidence coming out of these guys. They're just ready to face 4v5s while Womanizer is just in bot lane. And Ripcord will be engaging onto the Cluster, will just burst down Misfortune, and Crimson is looking to get into his Meganov form. Ripcord will be burst into his passive. No, Ripcord manages to escape with a sliver of health. Deathly Dragon does go down to Morpheus. The Alistair will go down to Vadapoche. Crimson Area manages to ult two people, Morpheus and the Zac. But meanwhile, Cluster just goes around the side, just flanks and just kills off both Annie and Sejuani. That's an ace. So that was definitely great play from Infamous, especially considering it was a 4v5. You can just see how confident they are with their plays. The top inhib will be going down for Team Naust. Well, Team Naust top inhibitor does go down. I think Cluster is DC. No, he's just, I think that was just BM. Chloe does take the kill onto Cluster. Ripcord will probably be the next to go down, but he's still got his passive up. No, actually he doesn't have his passive up. Ripcord does go down. That's a triple kill. No, it's a double kill for Chloe and a kill for Blitz onto Zac. I think they're just getting a little confident.
Yeah, but
I think,
it might be a
bit
bit too little too late, because you did give over a goal, but it's not going to be enough for them to come back. You need to make these mistakes twice, thrice, for them to even have a chance to come back. So
yeah, it's an 8.
you would rather just file it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, this is not looking good for Team Naust, but they you can tell that they're still trying very very hard.
Yeah,
Sky
they
is
are.
going very aggressive. He's just walking straight in. He's looking like he's playing like he's a carry, and he's just going all in. Womanizer meanwhile just completely engages onto Chloe. Chloe gets burst down instantly. Don't know what happened there. Maybe a misplay or well mispositioning, but I really don't know what just happened there. No one could really
You
help him
just
out.
need to respect the Quinn. A good Quinn player is gonna be able to proc those Harrier stacks perfectly. That was like very well done. You get Harrier stacks for like your E and your Q, and also when your passive marks them, you just proc them and you just kill them. You don't need much crit. You just need some AD, and you should kill them all.
I think the thing with Blitz is you need to pick champions off, but he was able to do
Yep.
that in the beginning of the game. But right now, since the team has grouped up from Infamous, there's no real point picking anyone off, considering they usually let their carry solo bot lane or something like that. So essentially, they're only going to catch one person off. Chloe does take a culling to the face, and Chloe will manage to escape. He might escape. He does escape with a sliver of health. Meanwhile, that was a solo play from Morpheus, and they'll be looking to take down the bottom lane second tier tower. The zoning potential coming out of Infamous is just amazing because they've got 3 tanks in the front line. Cluster isn't really a tank, even though he's playing a tanky champion. He's completely just built 80, which I think was pretty smart. Even though he will not fare well as the game progresses. Like in the late game, he will die off earlier. I still think his build right now is really, really good. It's working out really, really well for them.
I
But
think when you're like 11k in the lead, it doesn't matter. Like even if you get to late game, you could swap
the
over.
Zac does engage onto Chloe, and Chloe will be stunned up, and Cluster just takes another kill. He's got his 8th kill of the game. It's a beautiful play. Don't think the Team Nos can come back from this, and if they do manage to, this will be definitely one of the highlights of this tournament. But yeah, as you were saying, Vikash.
Yeah, you could
Oh.
just swap over to your Titanic Hydra.
Sorry,
You get a bit of
Sky just
health,
gets
so
hooked
no
in,
problem.
but I think Deathly Dragon made a mistake there, hooking in Sky, as you said earlier. Hooking in attack was definitely not good. Cluster will go down to Crimson Aurelia. Matapachi gets burst down by pretty much the whole team. Morpheus just has a little bit of health, but I think Womanizer might go down to Crimson Aurelia. No, Womanizer is just far too strong. And I'm actually worried we might see the end of the game right now, but Chloe's just following up onto Morpheus, but he gets culling to the face. He gets knocked up by Sky, and Sky is definitely playing support of the year right now. He's doing really, really, really well, and that's 2 inhibitors down for Team Naust. I don't think there's any coming back from this game, but what are your thoughts, Vikas?
And this might be pretty much over because 2 inhibitors down at 20 minutes. It's really, really hard to defend against these super minions and against a team that has like how much? Around 11, 14k goal lead. No, that's near impossible, but maybe they could put it together. I don't know. We could see. Let's see.
I highly doubt it, considering they're probably going to get the Baron now. Yeah, Team Infamous is motioning towards the Baron. Don't think they really need to worry about dragons anymore. This game is in the bag, pretty much.
Yeah,
If
you just need
Team Nos
one.
has-
That's all.
Yeah, yeah, they're just having fun, really. If Team Nos has any chance in this, it would mean that Team Infamous would have to make some really drastic mistake. But I don't know what kind of mistake you'd have to make to lose this game. But still, good luck to Team Nos. Let's see how it goes. They do pick up, Team Infamous does pick up the second dragon of the game at 22 minutes. I don't think it will really make a difference at this point because they're as fed as they can be. And yeah, they're probably just going to get the Baron. There's a long delay on going onto Baron. They waited for nearly a whole minute before they went onto it. But the Baron is getting burst down. This is where Cluster's build helps. Like, you can just see how much damage they're doing to that Baron. It's just getting burst down instantly.
This is like every top laner's dream. Full AD Renekton, you just kill them all. You have fun. Like that's gonna be the best time of your game.
Yeah, if anything, this is the one build that the top laner is never allowed to use.
Yeah.
Or never allowed to go. So it's definitely his dream. And I think you can definitely see the confidence that this team portrays. Team Infamous, and the confidence that they have in each other. I think that definitely tells. Like any other team, they wouldn't let their top laner build like this. They would definitely get annoyed and they'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" But with Team Infamous, the top laner is free to do as he wishes, and he's definitely got all the freedom he needs. Cluster's completely gone AD. He's gone to the extent of buying a BF sword. Like,
Well,
when has
he gets his
when was the
freedom
last
for a
time this
reason,
was-
right?
Yeah, definitely one of
This
those
guy
players.
is just so good. Like,
He's
he can do
definitely
what he
really,
wants.
really good. We'll probably be seeing the third inhibitor go down. The third inhibitor tower will probably be going down. Morpheus gets taken down by Vanapoche. I think that might be the first mistake that, second mistake actually. But Gautam Iverson does go down to Cluster. Cluster is just going 1v4. But Womanizer will probably be going down. But no, Crimson Arrow gets caught out alone. Ripcord taking quite a bit of damage, but he's so tanky at this point, he's not going to die. And he does manage to flash away. But Morpheus getting taken down so instantly really cost him that bot tower. I think that was kind of sloppy. I think that was just that overconfidence being portrayed. Any other circumstance, this would definitely be a throw. But at this point in the game, I think that had to be one of many mistakes that Team Infamous would have to make before they could even have a chance of losing this.
Well, no matter how far ahead you are, Anne is still gonna kill you, so you need to be careful there.
Yeah, you do. Ripcord doesn't have his flash right now, but I don't know what he was doing. But his passive does get popped. I'm pretty sure he's gonna. No, the Renekton makes a really
The
smart
teleport
move,
fail.
and he just
The
teleports
teleport
on to. Whoa, Chloe nearly just gets burst down, but I think Womanizer with a backup kill on to Chloe, and I think this will be the game right now. Sky just went under the tower, and the Blitz goes down. Next in line is the Annie. That's a triple kill onto Womanizer, but Womanizer will be going down to the double Nexus towers. Next in line will probably, I think Cluster might go down. No, he manages to take down Crimson Aurelia, and a kill onto Gautam Iverson just for the ace. And essentially, Morpheus didn't have to do anything. It was a 4v5 under the Nexus towers, and that will be the game.
I think
Infamous,
this is gonna be the
congratulations
game.
on your third place win. And well, unfortunately, Team Naust is fourth place, but I'm sure they'll be glad with the fourth place win. This is just an amateur championship, so good luck to Team Naust in the future. Infamous is just some skilled place in the end, just go straight into the tower. Deathly Dragon not giving up even now. But congratulations to Infamous. This is your caster Prodigal Son, along with co-caster Vikash. Stay tuned, guys. The final match between Gush Gush and Team Point Blank will be happening soon. So thank you, Vikash, for co-casting. See you soon.
Yeah.
See
Thank you.
guys.
See ya.